Again, not a good night. After cutting the grass a little bit, it cut into the time here. Got a delayed start. How far did I get? You see that board that's on an angle? I was trying to fasten that up and it didn't work out too well. That's because I broke two drill bits. One came with the Tapcon screws, and something about that one hole there, it must be hitting metal. I don't know. It dulled it and snapped it. And so then I decided that I was going to just move over with the backup that I bought just in case. Well, it's a good thing I did. However, I needed a backup to the backup. I broke that too. So we're without a drill bit. And if I can't be running errands while I'm working, even though it's remote, during the day, if I wait till I get off of work to go get a drill bit tomorrow, then that means because of the distance to and from, I'm going to be short time on the construction time. And so we'll see how it goes. We'll just see. So on a different note, let's talk about my electric bill. So let's turn this around. Let's see how this works. Oh, all right. I received my electric bill last night, and I did a comparison. At first, I saw the sticker price, and it's like, oh, that's my usual range for the electric bill. And I know not to compare to last month. I went back a year and pulled up the electric bill for the month of March, and I noticed that I could not compare apples to apples. In other words, dollar to dollar, can't do that. It seems that since last year, the price went from 0.088 per kilowatt hour, and now I'm paying 0.14 per kilowatt hour. That's a significant amount, almost double. Wow. Anyways, so using the current kilowatt dollar amount and compare the 2 months together, I worked off of how much of a decrease there was between last year's usage and this year's usage just for the month of March. Now, keep in mind that our electric bill seems to be on a constant increase. Every month it's a little bit higher than the 12 months prior. I'm not talking about it's constantly going up from month to month. No. If you compare 12 months ago for basically the same month, there's always a small little increase every time. Don't know if it's more electronic usage or what, but it has rarely ever gone down. In fact, it only went down once. And when I went back 12 months and compare, our electric bill went down one time, very insignificant that it was hardly measurable, but it was less than the previous 12 months, comparing apples to apples that way. So what I decided to do was compare, and what's nice about my electric bill is that it actually tells me what I used kilowatt hours last year at this time. I went from 1,800 and change of kilowatt usage down to 1,500 and a little bit of change. Over 300 kilowatts was knocked off our bill in the past month. Now, there's two things that can contribute to that. When you compare temperatures, it didn't seem to be any, if anything, it would have been a cooler one this year. So the usage probably again increased. The temperature-wise, though, like I said, the high and the low that they marked seem to be on par. And again, maybe there was a little bit of conservative usage on our part, and it may have come down a little bit. But to come down 300 kilowatts, I don't think so. The Jackery is starting to pay for itself. What it worked out, by the way, when you use today's dollar amount, as far as the savings concerned, it comes out to $49 and some change. You know, that's $49 that helps towards the purchase of this equipment, and it's better in my pocket than anybody else's pocket. Unfortunately, though, I might be spending that $49 in drill bits to finish this project off. Who knows? But all I know is that there is a little bit of a savings. But again, don't get too excited, because again, I got 3 days of usage basically in the basement area, my office, and the fish aquarium over a period of time, off and on. And I think that that's minimal usage. In a time of crisis, I'm not worried about trying to get to net zero, which is not possible, by the way, and I'll explain a different time maybe. But nonetheless, you don't buy these things because you think you can get off the grid or save a ton of money, because payback isn't going to be for years. This is for crisis situation, weather, whatever the case might be. I don't know, but all I know is that, like I said, we have gotten a little bit of a savings, and that's a good thing. So that's it for now, and we'll catch you later.